welcome to our channel. For today's topic is kinematics part 5, non-uniform acceleration using calculus. So here non-uniform acceleration problems can be solved by using two methods. One is calculus and other one is using graphs. So I will make another video regarding graphs. Now here let us deal with non-uniform acceleration using calculus. Calculus involves two parts of mathematics. One is differentiation, another one is integration. So calculus involves differentiation and integration. So when to use differentiation and when to use integration, let us discuss those things. And before that let me brief you regarding what is uniform acceleration and what is a non-uniform acceleration. Let us check here, right? Let us consider the journey of a particle from A to B. At initial point A, let the initial velocity be 0 meters per second. At the final point B, let the final velocity be some 20 meter per second. And the acceleration A is equal to 2 meter per second square. So what does it mean here? If you consider any point throughout this journey, the acceleration value will be 2 meter per second square at any point. So acceleration is remaining constant throughout the journey. Such a motion is called as uniform acceleration. So, and what about non-uniform acceleration? If you consider the same 2 points, in our case, at a different points, acceleration will be different. See, for example, here A equal to 2 meter per second square. Here A equal to 3 meter per second square. Here A equal to 0. Here A equal to minus 2 meter per second square. Here A equal to 5 meter per second square. See here what is happening. There are instances where the acceleration is remaining positive. There are instances where acceleration is remaining negative. There are instances where acceleration is becoming 0 here. That is, here at this instant the particle's velocity is remaining constant. It is not changing. At this instant the velocity of the particle is decreasing. At this instance the velocity is increasing. So velocity is increasing is there, velocity is decreasing is there, velocity remaining constant is there. Such type of motion we call it as a non-uniform acceleration. Okay. So at a different instances of time throughout the journey, the acceleration is not remaining constant. So in this case, okay, what we can do? So in this case, the kinematic equations which we know, they cannot help us in solving problems. The kinematic equations, what are those equations? So the kinematic equations, S equal to ut plus half a d square, V equal to u plus at, V square equal to u square plus 2as, Sn equal to u plus a and n minus half. These equations cannot help us in solving problems in such scenarios. So what we can do here? So we have to go for calculus. Again, calculus involves two things. One is a differentiation, other one is integration. So when to use a differentiation, when to use integration. Okay, and how the problems are given to us. So in problems, displacement will be given as a function of time. Velocity will be given as a function of displacement or function of time. And acceleration is given as a function of displacement or acceleration is given a function of time here. So these things. So the questions will be given in such formats. Acceleration, velocity, displacement, velocity and acceleration, they will be given as some functions. We cannot find direct values. Okay, V equal to 2 meters per second, like that. Then they are for uniform cases. So here these will be functions like this. For example, let us check here. So V as a function of t is given as a 2t meter per second. Suppose in this case, velocity is given as a function of time. Let us check if this is a uniform acceleration or not. See, when t equal to 0, what is velocity? V equal to 0 meter per second. When t equal to 1, what is V here? V is 2 meter per second. When t equal to 2, what is velocity? Velocity is 4 meter per second, and so on like this. So t equal to 3, what is velocity? Velocity V equal to how much? 6 meters per second, and so on like this. So now What type of acceleration is this? Is this uniform acceleration or non-uniform acceleration? Velocity is increasing uniformly or not here? Velocity is increasing uniformly. Initially it was 0. In 1 second, its value is increased by 2. See, next 1 second, its value is increased by 2 units. In next 1 second, its value is increased by again 2 units. In next 1 second, that is in third second, its value is increased by 3 units. Again by 2 units. So in each second, velocity is increasing by 2 units, 2 units, 2 units, 2 units. So what type of motion is this? Is this uniform acceleration or non-uniform acceleration? This is a uniform acceleration. Here we can write A equal to 2 meter per second square. This is uniform acceleration. So in this case, can you apply kinematic equations since this is uniform acceleration? No. Even in this case, we cannot use these equations. So what does it mean? Let us come to a conclusion. If the problem is clearly non-uniform acceleration type, then we cannot use these equations. Even if the problem is of uniform acceleration type, then also we cannot use these equations in one special case. What is that case? When velocity is a function of time, or velocity is a function of displacement, or displacement is a function of time. If these physical quantities they are expressed as a function of time or displacement, even though in that case acceleration is remaining constant, then also we cannot use these equations. So let us come to a conclusion. If acceleration is non-uniform, then we cannot use these kinematic equations. If acceleration is constant and displacement, velocity and accelerations they are given as functions of time and displacement, then also we cannot use these kinematic equations. So clear, there are two cases. When to use a differentiation and when to use a calculus. When to use a differentiation and when to use integration. So no confusion. You can easily remember this one. You know what are the physical quantities we come across in kinematics? One is the displacement, other one is velocity, other one is acceleration. Okay, these are the three typical physical quantities we learn in kinematics part of physics. So what is the order here? First what you learn? First displacement, second you learn velocity, and third you learn acceleration. So this is the order, reverse order. What is reverse order? Acceleration, velocity and displacement. So differentiation involves direct order. If displacement is given to you and you are asked to find velocity, then you have to use differentiation. If velocity is given to you and you are asked to find acceleration, then you have to use differentiation. See, it is the straight order. You have to use a differentiation for straight order. Then when we can use integration part here for reverse order. Suppose if acceleration is given to you and if you are asked to find velocity, then differentiation cannot help us. We have to go with integration, right? And if velocity is given to you and a displacement is asked to find, then you have to go with the integration. So these are the things you have to keep in mind. So how to solve problems using differentiation and integration? What are the mathematical equations we are having to solve them? So here for uniform acceleration you are having kinematic equations: s equal to ud plus half v square, v equal to u plus at, v square equal to u square plus 2as, sn equal to u plus a into 2 u plus a and m minus half. These equations are meant for uniform acceleration case. For this case, any such equations are there? Yes, there are some equations. Let us check them. So velocity is given as, the first one is v is equal to ds by dt. Velocity, this is instantaneous velocity, that is velocity at any instant of time in the journey. So we can find velocity value at any instant of time in this case. So instantaneous velocity, is expressed as v equal to ds by dt. This is the time rate of change of velocity, time rate of change of displacement. And how you got this one? You know, average velocity v bar is expressed as delta s by delta t, and instantaneous velocity v is expressed like this: limit delta t tends to 0, delta s by delta t. So applying limit here, when delta t is very close to 0, then what happens to delta s? Delta s becomes ds. Here delta t can be written as dt. So this is the case here. So average value is expressed as delta s by delta t, and instantaneous value We can get it from average value by applying limit delta t tends to 0, that is making time interval very close to 0. We get instantaneous value. Average value is meant for large time interval, whereas instantaneous value is actually meant for a small, infinitesimally small time interval, that is a dt. Okay, so this is the first expression, v equal to ds by dt. So second one is a equal to dv by dt, or a equal to v into dv by ds. Okay, when velocity is given as a function of time. Okay, this one is applied when velocity is given as a function of time, and when this can be applied when velocity is given as a function of displacement. For non-uniform acceleration, here we are having these formulae. What is first one? V equal to ds by dt, other two are a equal to dv by dt and a equal to v dv by ds. For differentiation as well as for integration, these are the formulae. Now shall we go to problems directly? First question is, a particle is moving in a straight line such that its velocity is given by v equal to t power 4 plus 3t square plus 8 meters per second. Find the acceleration at t equal to 1 second. See here, as I told you before, velocity it is given as a function of time. We don't know if it is uniform acceleration or non-uniform acceleration. Let it be. Since here it is given as a function of time t itself, it is clear that we have to go for calculus. There is no other way, right? So let us take this equation, v equal to t power 4 plus 3t square plus 8 meter per second. See, now we have to use differentiation or integration. See, what is given and what is asked here? Velocity is given and acceleration is asked to find. This is of straight order or reverse order. This is of straight order. Okay, so we have to use differentiation. We have to go for differentiation. It is clear, right? Now what are the expressions we are having? So velocity is given to us and acceleration is asked to find. No? Then we have to go for relation between velocity and acceleration. What is the relation here? We know acceleration is a equal to dv by dt is one expression, and acceleration a equal to v into dv by ds is another expression. Okay, so which one you have to use now? When I told you before, when velocity is a function of time, we have to go for this expression, and velocity is a function of displacement, then we have to go for this expression. So ours is the first case, no? So let us go for this one, a equal to dv by dt. So this implies what we have to find here? Yes, the acceleration we have to find. No? So acceleration is equal to how much? dv by dt. This is equal to how much? This is nothing but d by dt of v. Can I write like this? What is d by dt? d by dt is a differential operator. It is operating on velocity. Here we are operating on velocity. So differential operator is an operator like plus, addition operator, subtraction operator, division operator, multiplication operator. These are all mathematical operators. In such a way we are having this differential operator d by dt. On what you are operating this one? You are operating on velocity. So let us operate this one. This is equal to d by dt of what is velocity? T power 4 plus 3t square plus 8. So what is this one? This is 4t cube plus 6t. Differentiation of a constant value is 0 plus 0. So this is equal to, at what instant you have to find acceleration? Therefore acceleration a equal to, at t equal to 1 second, 1 cube is 1. So this is 4 plus 6 into 1 is 6. So this is equal to 10 meter per second square. So at 1 second, what is acceleration? It is 10 meter per second square, right? Next question is, a particle is moving in a straight line such that its displacement is given by s equal to t cube minus 3t square plus 3t plus 2, where s is the displacement in meters and t is in seconds. Find velocity when acceleration is 0. So what is given to you? Displacement is given to us. What is asked? Acceleration is asked. Is it a direct order or reverse order? It is a direct order, straight order. So what we have to use here? We have to use differentiation. Clear? So let us take the expression here. Given quantity s equal to t cube minus 3t square plus 3t plus 2. Okay. So To find acceleration, can you directly find acceleration here? We have to find velocity first. So v equal to how much? V equal to ds by dt. And also what we have to find here? Find velocity when acceleration is 0. So we have to find expression for velocity, and let us find expression for acceleration also. So first let us find expression for velocity. V equal to ds by dt. No? So this is 3t square minus 6t plus 3. And let us find expression for acceleration. What is acceleration? A equal to dv by dt. Since velocity is a function of time here, we have to use a equal to dv by dt. So this equal to how much? 6t minus 6. Okay, we got this. We are ready with these three expressions here: displacement, velocity and acceleration. Now let us find, we have to find velocity when acceleration is 0. Velocity equal to how much? When acceleration is equal to 0. When acceleration is 0, at that instant you have to find velocity. You have to find velocity. So let us first find at what instant of time acceleration is becoming 0. Let us first find that one. So let us, for that one, let us consider this equation. So a equal to 0. So we want a equal to 0 at what time? No. So we have to find a equal to 0 at what time? So a equal to 0 implies 6t minus 6 equal to 0. So acceleration 0 means this part is acceleration equal to this one. So 6t minus 6 equal to 0. This implies t equal to how much? T equal to 1 second. So when acceleration is becoming 0 here, acceleration is becoming 0 1 second after the journey starts. So you have to find velocity when t equal to 1 second. So simply consider this expression. So this is expression for velocity at any time t. At which time we want to find velocity? When t equal to 1 second. Simply what to do? Put t equal to 1 in this expression here. So 3 into 1 square minus 6 into 1 plus 3. So this is equal to 3 minus 6 plus 3. So this is equal to 0. That is, velocity is 0. The particle is at rest when t equal to 1 second. So next question is, the displacement s of a particle moving in one direction under constant acceleration is related to time t as t equal to root s plus 3. Find the displacement of the particle when its velocity is 0. You have to find a displacement when velocity is 0, right? As I told you before, we not only use calculus for non-uniform acceleration, we have to use calculus when the physical quantities of kinematics, they are expressed as some functions. So displacement here, it is expressed as some function of time t here. So in such scenarios, see here acceleration is constant, it is given in the question itself, but here we cannot use the kinematic equations s equal to ut plus half a square, v equal to u plus at, etc. Those equations we cannot use here. So now t equal to how much? T equal to root s plus 3. So let us take this one. Let us express this displacement in terms of time t here. So root s equal to how much? T minus 3. This implies s equal to how much? T minus 3 whole square. See, squaring on both sides, s equal to this much. So what is t minus 3 whole square? T square plus minus 60 plus 9. Expanding this one, we got this. So now displacement is a function of time, and what we are asked to find you have to find the displacement of the particle when its velocity is 0. So what is this expression here? This is the displacement expression for any time t. So if you want displacement at 2 seconds, you can just put 2 in t here. If you want displacement at 5 seconds, just put 5 at this in this t here. So like that. So here let us take the question, when its velocity is 0, what is its displacement? Now first what we have to find? We have to find the instant of time when the velocity is 0. Let us find it. So to find when velocity is 0, what we have to do? We have to make velocity expression. Let us make velocity expression here. So how can we make velocity expression? We know that v equal to ds by dt. So this is equal to derivation of this one, that is d by dt of t square minus 6t plus 9. So this is equal to how much? 2t minus 6. So this is velocity as a function of time. When velocity is 0, let us check. Velocity equal to 0 implies 2t minus 6 equal to 0. This implies t equal to how much? 6 by 2, this is equal to 3. This is 3 seconds. So velocity is becoming 0 when t equal to 3 seconds. Right. So now, therefore we have to find a displacement when t equal to 3 seconds. This is equal to how much? So clear now? So now what we have to do? So we are having displacement expression as a function of time. So let us put t equal to 3 seconds here. So then what? Displacement equal to 3 square minus 6 into, in the place of t, 3 plus 9. So this equal to how much? 9 minus 18 plus 9. So this is equal to 0. So what is the displacement here? In that after 3 seconds displacement is 0.